Hmm. Have you ever looked at a painting and thought, wow, they look like they've got drama going on, like a whole soap opera, but with fancy clothes and no subtitles? Well, what if I told you that we could actually use that painting to teach English? Hi everyone, my name is Akmal Fahmi and this is my lesson plan called English for Art. This lesson combines English language learning with the world of visual art, so it's perfect for learners who love creativity as much as love communication. So, what's this lesson all about then? Well, the focus is on practicing English vocabulary and sentence structures using an artwork, especially a family portrait. And especially in this lesson, we use a painting by Johann Zoffany titled John 14 Lord Willoughby de Broke and His Family. Very royal, sounds very fancy, and yeah, because it is. And yeah, students also use the painting to learn vocabulary, describe people, and talk about family. This will not gonna take a lot of time. It's only for 1 hour lesson. It's designed for middle to the learners and it's flexible, I can say, because it can be adjusted depending on the level. Here are the goals of the lesson. By the end of the session, students should be able to describe a painting using complete sentences, also use yes or no responses confidently, and use possessive adjectives like his, her, their, and etc. And also write descriptive sentences based on the painting they observe. All of this in English. And yeah, these objectives help develop both their speaking skills and also their writing skills, all while engaging with visual arts. We need a few things for this lesson. First, we need to see the painting itself. Here is the picture, a reproduction of the painting, John 14th Lord Willoughby de Broke and His Family by Johann Zoffany. Shout out to Johann Zoffany, he's a great painter. Next, teaching notes and vocabulary resources. Here is the teaching notes for the teacher, and here is the vocabulary list. Next, we also need a handout for students. This is the handout, and this title, Who Are They? And of course, last one is paper and pencils for the student to get creative with. And all of this material are either can be printed or can be shown digitally, so it's flexible, it's easier. Now let's see how this works. There are 8 steps in total, so there's 8 activities, and let's break it down one by one. Let's start with the first 4. First, we start by introducing the words painting and portrait. We see this from the vocabs list, and yeah, basically I explained that portraits are pictures of real people, and I display the paintings and explain that it is a portrait of several people, or also called a group portrait. And then we display the artwork and describe what you see. So yeah, I show the portrait and ask students to to observe carefully and describe what they notice, and they use a sentence frame like I see something something something. For example, I see a man wearing a brown coat. I wrote the vocabulary on the board as they speak to reinforce new words. Next, use handout for yes or no family question. I hand out who are they, which shows the painting. We start asking yes or no questions to identify family roles. And yeah, here's how it looks like in the handout. And I have to mention this first to them. The very young boys wore dresses at the time this painting was made, so there will be no confusing things. And after that, we ask the questions like, is John paid to the father, or is George the daughter? Now we level it up. Students start using possessive adjectives. It's the continuity of the previous activity, but here their answers are more complex because I challenge them to reply using possessive adjective. And model sentences on the board like these examples. That's all for the first four. Let's see the last four. Then we move on to writing. Yes. Well, yeah, students write 3 sentences describing the painting using the simple present tense and possessive adjectives. Let me just show you the example. And next, yeah, we draw with their own family. Yes, it's time to get artsy, I guess. So yeah, students draw their own family or friends doing something together. They don't need to be pro artists. It's even though just drawing a cat doing a picnic with an alien, for example, it's just fine. Even just like drawing stick figures, it's totally okay, because the goal is to think visually and connect actions with language. So yeah, it doesn't matter if the drawing is good or not. And then after drawing, students identify the people in their pictures and describe what they're doing. For example, if they're drawing their family together, they'll be explaining like, this is my brother, he cooks every Sunday. This is my mother, he wakes up everybody every morning. And yeah, and those kind of things. And yeah, we keep it in simple present tense to build consistency and fluency. And then after that, they'll be comparing their drawings to Japanese paintings. It's not about who is better. It's not those kind of comparing things. It's more into like what's similar, what's different. So yeah, maybe for example, uh, in students' pictures, there are 3 children, but in Japanese there are 7, for example. I don't know. And yeah, those kind of things. It's just like make it interactive and also spark conversations. And yep, that's all for our activities. Let's see what's next. Okay, now if there's extra time or for homework, we've got extension activities. So this is what I mean by from the start I said it's adjustable. This is what I mean. We can adjust it, we can make more activities, or for homework maybe we can describe scene using the present progressive, we can talk about appearance and gestures, and we can practice using possessives. And we can also compare the paintings with another artwork or a photo, for example. To wrap it up, I assess a student based on how well they use vocabulary accurately, and how they build descriptive sentences, and how they engage with both the painting and their own drawing. And it's how to say it, it's still informal, supportive, and focused more on the progress rather than the perfections. Oh yeah, and all the lesson materials are available through this QR code, so everything's easy to access and ready to go. And I have to mention this too, that I didn't make all of this, of course. So yeah, all the resources and also the references belong to J. Paul Getty Museum. I'll get the link on the description box. Check them out. Ooh, and yeah, that's it. This lesson isn't just about grammar. It connects language with storytelling and visual expression. It's inclusive too for different learning styles, visual, verbal, and creative. Why do I say so? Because yeah, students learn to describe what they see, how they feel, and who matters to them. And most of all, belong. Yeah, no matter their background or their level, they get to create something meaningful in English. So I think it's pretty powerful. Yeah, that's all for me. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please ask in the comment sections. And see ya.